morning. So the nourishing rain. Isn't it nice? Actually, the effect of that is look out there. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, all the different greens, and that's what we get in the positive from the rain. So it is nourishing. So here we go. So welcome to Unity of Bellingham. Thank you for being here this morning. I'm Shari Humes, platform assistant. And our minister today is Frank, our wonderful Frank. Thank you for being here. And today we're going to go open-hearted treasure hunting. Doesn't that sound fun? Did you bring your boots? Okay, and then our music ministry, our dearest Cheryl Hodge and Kate will be singing us along today, so thank you, thank you. That's awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my soul go deeper, my soul go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my soul go deeper, my soul go deeper into my God.
Join in if you'd like.
Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray.
And so we begin and extend in prayer. Prayer unites, blends, leavens our awareness, and invites unity. As we take these moments to affirm, ask, and bask in the rich knowing that whenever two or more are gathered, exponential change is in existence. Take a moment to affirm for yourself what is most important. You are at peace. Your body seeks and finds vitality. Your relationships in your life are flowing and unfolding in a positive way. Revel in the asking for these conditions. Now expand and share the same wishes for those in other states and countries who would benefit. The power of collective prayer is exponential. One heart, one mind, we are united in love divine. So it is. Amen. Now, as we move into meditation, shift your awareness to your breath. Shift your awareness to just breathing. This is a time to relax and renew. As you quiet your mind, find the rhythm of your breath. Your prana, your life current that flows throughout your body. Take a few moments to feel as you breathe slowly, deeply. Through our breath, we find harmony within. Your heart center is receptive and inner eye open. The ease and flow of just following the natural current of life within each cell of your body. Flowing in this harmony is your true nature. The treasure of life begins with this inner journey of following your breath. This is your inner sanctuary, just you and God. Let's take a short adventure to find new life treasures awaiting to be summoned and experienced. Go back to focusing on your breath, your prana. Let go and allow your heart to whisper. A new treasure to explore, something that you feel will delight you. Let go, allow curiosity. Play with Source Divine in open-hearted exploration. Anything is possible. Just dream it. Feel it. Claim your comfort and joy. Breathe in. Source loves to play and explore and find new life experiences with you. You have a new awareness of flowing, where boundless possibilities exist waiting to be activated by you. Being curious, asking what if, and allowing your light to shine. And so it is. Amen.
Beautiful song written by a friend. He's no longer on the planet, I don't think. But once I heard this song, I fell so in love with this song, and I said, I wish I'd written that song. I pulled it out today because I've been moving into a new place, and I had 5,000 pieces of music I needed to get rid of. And in it, I found this gem. that I had forgotten about for about 15 years. So I'm playing it for you today because we're all going through so much, aren't we? This planet and all of us here. And isn't it so easy to forget that everything moves and we can just stay open to things changing and the sun coming out? This is called Hello, Sunshine. It's a new song on a new day in a new time and a new place. I won't look back no more. I left my past behind. Well, now I'm closing all the doors on the dark rooms of my mind. Hello, sunshine. I've been rambling, I've been scrambling through the night. Hello, sunshine. I've been running from the light, but morning's gonna feel just right this time. Hello, sunshine. Maybe it'll come out while I'm singing. Always hiding, never seeking, locked my heart up for safekeeping. I gave up on myself, acting like I didn't care. I put my pride up on the shelf until there was no pride left there. Hello, sunshine. Well, I've been rambling, I've been scrambling through the night. Hello, sunshine. I've been rambling through the night, but morning's gonna feel just right this time. Hello, sunshine.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you for the meditation. John Koster. Yeah. Thank you, John. Thank you, Cheryl. I'm kind of sad it's the last week of the month because this month, if you've been here, we've been doing a theme, and it's about stories, and particularly the stories of Jesus of Nazareth, our master teacher. And the way that Jesus told stories was in a form called parables. The beautiful thing about a parable is that you want to say to yourself, well, what does that mean? But that's the point. It doesn't mean anything. per se. It's like, for me to say, here's a parable, what Jesus meant was, that would not work. That was the whole, the reason these stories have lasted 2,000 years is what does it mean to you? What does it mean to you today? What does it mean to us as a community? And also, in some ways, it's not so much about what it means in some kind of external literal sense, but what does it do? What does it do in our souls? How does it somehow alchemically work within us, these great stories? So this is the last, for this month anyhow, because next month we're going to do different kind of stories. More on that later. But to wrap it up, and I think a precursor to these final three little parables I want to share with you of Jesus is if you read the very first part of both Matthew and Luke, Jesus comes out and he shows up and he meets John the Baptist, this really renowned prophet, this fiery speaker, this person on the plains of, this sort of wild man. And Jesus goes and he gets baptized by John, and immediately he goes out into the wilderness for 40 days. That must have been some wilderness in those. I'm thinking national park, and I think it was a little more rugged than that. Not like a camp and it was a place to eat down the hall. And here's an interesting thing. I always wonder, when he went into the wilderness for 40 days, what exactly was he doing? What was the meditation process? Was he walking? Was he sitting? And it says he fasted. Well, what does it mean fasting? Did he not eat for a few days? Was he only eating bread and water? Was he just eating fish? Was he eating every third day? All these different ideas about what it means to have a wilderness experience or a fasting experience. And there's lots of things where people go on, the wilderness adventure where you go and do 7 days in the wilderness. You all know some of these things. And one of the brilliance, I think, of the fact that he went into the wilderness 40 days, which is a very symbolic number of a fullness of things. Was it really 40 days, or was it meant to say 40 days meaning as long, the appropriate amount of time to reach fruition of what he was trying to accomplish in these 40 days? And one of the beautiful things, I think, about not saying exactly what it was is, humans, we have this tendency to build a religion around, well, that's not the way to do it. When Jesus went to the wilderness 40 days, he did it this way. He sat this way. He genuflected this way. He said words this way. So if we're going to be followers, we have to do the form the exact way that he did it, right? You could see that coming up. And this is the exact thing that Jesus talked about to the religious leaders of his day. You trample on people's rights, and you have lack of compassion. It's like he would heal somebody on a Sabbath, and they go, you can't do it. The rules are you got to do it this way. You can heal them on Monday, you can heal them on Friday, but you can't do it on Saturday. It's like, there's a bigger play here. Stop going by the exactitude of the rules and get into the sense of what the heart wants, what the heart needs, what is the beingness, what is the essence of a practice, what is the essence of going into the wilderness, going into what I think is silence. It's like, I used to think Jesus went to the mountaintop and pray. And I used to think, well, what did he do? What was it? Was it meditation? You see paintings, he's sitting lotus style, or he's laying down, or he's standing up. What was the exact way? I'm glad they didn't tell us. I'm glad. What is the way? What is the way for you? How do you connect? What is the form that works for you? And lots of teachers give us ideas. Here's a way to sit, or maybe you can sit that way. You can use these words, or you can not use any words. Or you can chant, or you can intone. You can be in a long day retreat where it's just kirtan, or you can be in total silence. What is the way? All those. I'm glad they didn't say the exact way, because we're too quick to codify it and then go, you didn't do it the right way. What's the right way? The right way, forget right way. The ask is that we connect. The ask is that our hearts resonate with that heart of the divine. The act is that we find this level of congruence with the divine heart. And what way works for you is the way it works for you. And it's great. So we go to the wilderness, go to the silence. And the wilderness is this. Go to nature. And it's interesting to me that in this sense that Jesus disappears for 40, it's how it all starts. Gets baptized, goes away, 40 days, enough. 40 days meaning the full enough time, the fullness of time. And he just hangs out in some kind of, I don't know what it looked like 2,000 years ago, the exact place he was in Galilee. It was pretty wild. And he noticed. Maybe, I imagine sometimes that he was out in the wilderness, but maybe he took silent walks down by the beach. He was near Galilee. Maybe he noticed the fisher people out there, what they were doing. And then he'd walk through town late in the evening. No one saw him. He's on a silent retreat. And he's watching those women in there cooking bread, and they put yeast in, and it grows. That's a story. And he's walking along, and maybe he traveled wide, and he went down by the ocean, or he heard about some fishermen pearl hunting the oysters. Oh, what's that about? And he's watching people throw seeds, and he's watching gardens grow and vineyards grow, and he's just paying attention. And he's asking the question, what is this like, this breakthrough, this sense that I feel in the silence in my prayer and this wilderness? What I'm feeling this. How do I explain it? How do I talk about this? And he himself can't say, well, let me write it down in a book. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the reign of God. This is how it works. I mean, how do you do that? It's an experience. It's an experience. It's not a thing we do. Let's not try to go, I'm going to do exactly what Jesus did, or any other great teacher, spiritual teacher that we know, we love, we follow, that informs us. Why don't we try to get the sense of being in the being state that they were in? What were you feeling? How is this coming across? What was the inspiration? What was uplifting? I want that. I want to be a follower of the beingness, not of the doingness. I don't want to do first century Galilee. No thanks. I like here. This is where I'm at. This is what we do. But the beingness of it is similar. And you notice that there he was, Roman occupied territory. I never heard one parable about, well, the reign of God is like a Roman chariot. The reign of God is like a giant cathedral. The reign of God is like the temple in Jerusalem. No, I never heard any of that. The reign of God is like a giant boat. The reign of God is like this huge estate. It's always about the simplest. It's a seed. What do we say? It's like a seed, a mustard. It's just some little mustard seed, and look what happens. It's a bush. Bushes, How that lady, it's like the leaven you put in the bread. So here's 3 more I want to touch on. They're a little different than the ones we've been doing before. Kind of surprising. And I'm not going to tell you what they mean, but I'm going to offer some suggestions about how they might seep into our soul, seep into our consciousness, how they might upraise our consciousness to work at another level of being. And I've read these, I've been simmering with these all week, and I still don't know what they mean. Good. It's not the point. But I've been living with them to see how they might transform my heart. And I want to offer them to you for the same purpose. These come from the Gospel of Luke. And they go like this. The reign of God is like a treasure. Like a treasure. A person is out in the field and discovers it. And then, in their joy, they rebury it. And they sell everything they own, and they buy that piece of land. And again, the reign of God is like a pearl merchant who goes out and he discovers the finest pearl that they'd ever seen, and went out and sold everything they had and bought that pearl. And again, the reign of God is like some fisher people. It's a fisher net. The reign of God is like a fisher net that when it was cast into the sea, pulled out, it was full of fish. And the fishers sorted out the giant ones put them in a basket. The rest, they threw away. That's it. What does that mean? So I want to break it down for a second. You know, when I first read this, this sense of the rain is like a treasure, I had this sense in my head of like, you know, Pirates of the Caribbean. There's some big box and there's gold and jewels and all this stuff. But, you know, the guy who's walking through the woods in the wilderness is not thinking of buried pirate treasure. I don't think they had Pirates of the Caribbean in those days. But, you know, it's this different sense. I mean, the sense I have it is here's someone walking and just in silence and just walking and sees a field. Just sees the field. And have you ever gone on a walk or on a trip or a long drive, and you come upon a field or a plowed field or a wildlands or a woods, and all of a sudden you just stop, and you know, a butterfly goes by and you're gone, right? You're just like, oh. You hear an owl up in the tree and you stop and you go, You're out along the Semiyamu and you're just walking along, and all of a sudden this eagle just tracks by you, and everything stops. A treasure. He's talking about the most, I think, to my mind, the most obvious of treasures. The treasure that in the silence, in the quiet, in our, you know, this time of fasting from food probably, or maybe just fasting from distraction. So we can break through in here to some new, more profound level of connection. That with all the distractions of our daily life, it's hard to hear those things sometimes. It's hard to get the sense of right now, right here, this place, at this moment, I have found a treasure. I am blessed, I'm wealthy, I am full, I am satisfied beyond belief. It's right here. It's just right here. And so it says like he sold everything he had and bought that field. Now, you know, just sort of 21st century person in a marketplace economy, that's probably not a good idea. You want to diverse your portfolio a little bit more than that, right? But that's not the point. It's the sense that, and we're talking parable here. It's not a lesson in economics. It's a lesson in heartonomics. Ooh, I just made that up. That's good. Heartonomics. I like it. Heartonomics, yeah. Okay, you heard it here first. Yeah. And it's just like this sense of what all this other stuff I thought made me feel, put me on a place of, now I'm good. Now, you know, this ego stuff. Now I'm okay. Now this works. Now this is what makes me feel secure or okay or accepted or acceptable or worthy. All the things we play. All of a sudden, he's in the field and sees a treasure. And it's so funny. I reburies it. Why rebury it? It's almost like, I can't even talk about this. Who wouldn't even understand what I'm talking about? It was a butterfly. It was an owl. It was this tree I'd never seen before with red things that shoot up and it looks like it's on fire. And all the rest, all of a sudden, sell it all. I'm done with all those other distractions. This state of being, this is the place I want to stay at. And exploring new levels, this levels of consciousness that, you know, do you feel them? You know, like you get a new place in consciousness, you get a new awakened awareness, and you go, yeah, but there's something right there more, a next awakening, a next opening, right? You know what I'm talking about. And it's such a joy to move into the next place. And how do you get there? 40 days in the wilderness fasting. Now, I think you can fast having 3 good meals a day, maybe just by turning off the news. That would be a good fast. That, you know, even I'll talk about me. Sometimes I go run and I got a podcast on, and it's really good, and I'm listening to something great, and it's uplifting and it's spiritual. And then I finish. I'm back home. It's 30, 40 minutes later. I went, was there birds? Did I really just do that whole thing? And did I listen to the waterfall? It's like go to the wilderness, even when you're in the city. Just go to that place of silence. This is what I take from this. It's not an economics lesson. Hardonomics, yeah. Same way with the pearl. There's a merchant who buys and sells pearls, finds a great pearl, this splendid, beautiful. I don't know if it was beautiful means it was perfectly shaped. It might have been really, pearls can be all sorts of shape, but it was just this splendid pearl. He was just like, sold all the rest and bought that pearl. Not a good way to run a pearl merchant business. But this is not about that, right? The same thing, isn't it interesting? It's like when you find it, we realize in the realm of God that so many other things we once thought were so important, all of a sudden ain't. Let's jettison those distractions and go and find that one key part, that pearl. And it's not about getting a thing. It's about finding a state of being and a state of consciousness. The fisher, the realm of God is like a fishnet. It's like a pearl. It's like a treasure. It's like a fishnet. I just see Jesus walking along the shores of Galilee, just paying attention. Where's the reign of God? Where is it? How is it? What is this I'm feeling? And all of a sudden he looks out and he sees these fishers pulling in this net full of fish. Except this net is full to the brim. And they just take out the best. All the others they throw away. Again, economically, well, you could probably sell those too, separate amounts and different. No, but it's the metaphor. It's this thing of like, what is that beautiful fish that I want to put in this basket and like, wow, look at that. That's what I want. That's what's taking me. And again, it's the state of total being, right? In this book we're doing in our class, Emergence, the author talks about so many times we do our planning, we do our visioning, we say, here's where I'm gonna be in 10 years, here's gonna be in 5 years, here's 1 year, this is what I want, this. And all of the stuff we tend to do is all about stuff in the external. So often we're drawing maps of the externality of things that we think, and the thing is, if we get that, we think that that's going to give me this feeling, but how many times we get it and we go, well, that wasn't it. So maybe I'll get that thing, and then that's not it. It's more about a visioning, a planning for the beingness of our lives. How do we make our vision plan for our being? Like, how do I want to feel? How do I want to be? How do I want to move into this next stage of my life in a being way? That excitement that I'm going to sell everything because that's what I want. That's the planning process. Where's my pearl? Something that sits, that sinks with me, that's so beautiful, so profound, brings me to this level of consciousness. Like, there it is. I want to be there. Forget the rest. I have to make a plan for that. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And we feel it. I think I've noticed, get there sometimes at that point, that place. And then somehow the distractions of the world come back and we're busy, and that's okay. Because there's a way and there's a time to be at that place where we sell everything else and keep that pearl. It's like put it in a place in our heart that it's just like at the temple of our heart. The temple of our heart. And there it is, sacred. And we can do these things. And this, it brings back to some very practical things. And we talk about this level of well, so what are some of the practices? And again, I'm the one saying I'm happy there's not an actual codified way of doing this, because it would never satisfy, it would never work. But there's principles. There's principles we find. The parables earlier. How do we get there? It's the simplest thing. The mustard seed, the yeast, this effort, these things that you seed that allow things to grow until you find your pearls and the largest fish and the treasure that's right in this field of our consciousness. It's just right there. How? Many of you know this one. It's simple service. When we say, I love this one. Yeah, I've read this so many times. I don't know what it is. I need some help. I just never have enough time in the week. I'm just so busy. There's never enough time. Answer, give some time. Go volunteer. But I just told you I don't have any time. I know. Give some time. In the giving of it, I mean, this pearl of great price, this giant fish, this treasure, it's not out there. It's right here. Allow it to open up and shine, your pearls to shine. The giant fish in the basket, serve them. Serve them. The treasure, open it up and let all the butterflies fly around the room. There they go, isn't it great? And there's always more. The way to have more time, give time. The way to have a sense of wealth and abundance monetarily, give of your wealth and your abundance monetarily. But I don't have enough. I told you I don't have enough money. And now you're saying give money. Yep. It's principle. I don't have enough friends. I moved up here. It's like, need friends. I came. I didn't know anybody. The way to be a friend? Hello? You want to get coffee? Be a friend. Need more love in my life? Go love. Go, just give that. It's easy, but it trips us up. I know. And therein lies these great gems of pearls. Right there. It's just right there in the field. It's right there in the net. It's right there in the treasure box. It's for us. When we find it, then we go in their joy. They have it. They show it. They spread it when they're ready. First, when he found the treasure, it says buried it. It's like, I'm not ready to talk about it yet. But then buys the field and opens the treasure, and it starts being profundity for their life. So I want to say today, there's some people who have found, explored a treasure of their hearts, a treasure of their service, a treasure of their lives, have done the work, have done the prayer consciousness to find themselves in a place where they say yes to a new level of service, to a wonderful, beautiful level of service. And it's been such a blessing for me. And quite frankly, I'm talking about our chaplains. And to the extent that we even know or even have ourselves talk to any of the chaplains, I know for a fact that their prayer energy, their prayer consciousness, their sense of a risen consciousness of the very divine presence, the pearl, the treasure, the full basket of fish that is sitting in this community is just shining, is presented, is out picturing. And so today we get the honor of every year we do this, because it's a one-year commitment, of restoring our prayer chaplains. And this year we have 6, and I want to invite them up right now. If you would, Janae, Malin, Diane, LM, Helga, and Ellen. Stand up over here. So it goes LM here first, then Helga. You stand here, then Helga, then Janae, then Malin, then Rosemary, then Diane. I'm going to borrow your mic for a second. Okay. I'm going to pass these down, please, one to each person. So our 6 prayer chaplains first prepared themselves for this year's chaplain training by going to an online course. It was a book by Linda Martellett-Whitsitt on prayer consciousness. And they did this book online with chaplains from Unity of Linwood. And other places too, right? Was Everett there online too? Yeah, Unity of Everett. So 3 unities kind of getting together to do a prayer chaplain training. And then they all attended a 2-day. They went down Friday, spent all day Saturday, and got back last night from doing a immersion prayer training all together at Unity of Linwood. Their training involved prayer practice, and bonding with the other Unity chaplains in the region. The training was facilitated by chaplain trainers from Unity of Linwood, it was following a Unity curriculum that was done by Unity minister Leilani Burt of Light and Love Ministries. And this is kind of a standard prayer chaplain training now, pretty much for Unity worldwide. In the book of Samuel, God calls the prophet Samuel multiple times. He says, Samuel, Samuel, Samuel. And when he realizes, finally, in the end, that's the voice of God, Samuel responds, Speak, Master, your servant is listening. So this morning we are recognizing each of you, our prayer chaplains, for you have said to Source Divine, Here I am, your servant is listening. Heeding the call to be a prayer chaplain means you were first willing to participate in the pre-class training. In addition, and then you attended the day-and-a-half training at Linwood. And in addition, you've committed to the following: a daily spiritual journey based on love and faith, prayer and gratitude. You've committed to demonstrate an active commitment to your spiritual center, Unity of Bellingham, and our ministry's principles and beliefs. You've committed to hold a spiritual space of possibility for all others in the congregation, in the city of Bellingham, and the county even, and actually for yourselves, knowing and trusting that the divine is in charge of the process. You've committed to prayer, both with yourselves and also with others. You've committed to listen lovingly. You've committed to having and demonstrating a general interest in the well-being of our congregation, all the congregants, and in each other, the other prayer chaplains. You have committed to hold all that is shared with you in great confidence. And so I ask you these questions, and to each one, respond, I am. If you are willing to serve as a prayer chaplain. So, chaplains, are you willing to accept this commitment and dedication? Are you willing to remember to open a space for God no matter what? Are you willing to do your best to stay prayed up, as we say in Unity? Are you willing to support the other members of the prayer chaplain team? Are you willing to practice self-care? Do you want me to repeat that one? Are you willing to practice self-care? You heard it. And so, having made your commitment and in recognition of your ministry to Unity of Bellingham, I stole you as a prayer chaplain, Helen. And Helga, having made your commitment to be a prayer chaplain at Unity of Bellingham, I stole you as a chaplain. And Janae, having made your commitment as a prayer chaplain to Unity Bellingham, I stole you as a prayer chaplain. Welcome. These are their second year round. You'll notice that the new ones have a much purpler, not as well worn yet chaplain. Purpler. Lynn, having made your commitment as a prayer chaplain to Unity of Bellingham, I stole you as a prayer chaplain. And Rosemary, having made your commitment as a prayer chaplain to Unity of Bellingham, I stole you as a prayer chaplain. Is it? Yeah, thanks. Yeah, get together, I know. Diane, having made your commitment as a prayer chaplain to Unity of Bellingham, I stole you as a prayer chaplain. And now they will share a prayer and a blessing to the community. Just when you're ready.
Make me an instrument of your peace.
Just use the microphone, it's fine. Yeah.
Where there is hatred, let me sow love.
Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith.
Where there is despair, hope.
Where there's darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy.
O divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console.
To be understood as to understand.
To be loved as to love.
For it is giving that we receive.
It is in pardoning that we are pardoned. And it is in dying that we are born to eternal life.
Congregation, I present to you our this year's prayer chaplains, Unity of Bellingham.
You've got the words to blessing to the world in your
Oh wait, stay
program.
there.
We're
I'm
gonna
sorry.
sing-
One more thing. We have a
We're
song
going
for
to
you.
sing you into chaplaincy. Blessing to the world, it's in your program.
You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on in, and who we are and all we do is a blessing to the world. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth, and who I am and all I do is a blessing to the world. One more time to the chaplains. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world.